West funk, thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Sky gray, high late in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way, way more than getting by. So why? Cop myself a cup of coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, cop myself a cup of coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Realize life is so much more than just living a day. Every day I can sit and reflect and reconnect to myself and all that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress and bring me looking like when blessings drop in. And so I cop myself a cup of coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Coffee, sip of water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah, let's do this. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Test. Let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Woo.
Salute everybody. Happy Saturday. Appreciate y'all tuning in to this special edition podcast tonight. Now, y'all know I normally don't go do my podcast on the weekend unless it's something important that I've seen that I want to talk about. So, lo and behold, it is. So, this can't wait till Tuesday. So, I want to go ahead and talk about this today. T, what's up with it? Happy on Saturday to you as well, too. Now, I had did a podcast talking about the Costco girl, and I was pretty much revealing that my overall premises was that the Costco girl was pretty much doing this for clout, right? But of course, like I always, whenever I talk about certain topics like this, either go either way. Some people will agree with me, some people will disagree with me, but it's all good. But today, I'm going to prove to y'all that once again that this Costco girl, this whole situation with her, talking about her employer, got on her about her uniform, and she's sitting up here talking about that she was a clout chaser for that. I'm gonna show y'all that she actually was clout chasing the whole entire time. I'm gonna show y'all this today. All right. So without further ado, let's go and jump into this podcast because, like I said, I got some other stuff I need to tend to. Then I also have to get ready for y'all later on tonight for the special lit Saturday that I got planned for y'all. All right. So this is what I want to share with y'all. Well, this is her TikTok. All right. So when I did the show the last time, I was basically just looking, that's her on TikTok page, right? And as you see on the TikTok page, overall, this is where it stops at. She don't have a lot of videos and stuff on her TikTok page, but I realized that she was doing that for a reason, for a purpose, all right? I realized that. So, lo and behold, y'all, this girl has an IG. So, her IG tells a whole different story, y'all, and this is going to be back on the premises of my argument where I say that she really is doing this whole situation for clout. All right. So this is her IG account. Okay. This is her IG account. As you can see, she is very active on her IG. Very active. So let's talk about this, y'all. Now she had put out a video saying that she wasn't doing this for clout or attention or anything like that, right? And I want to share that video with y'all, all right? And we're gonna break this thing down today, all right? And I believe it's this video right here where she said it. Let's see.
We already have it hard. We have it harder than any other race on this planet. We don't ever stick together. We always tear each other down. And I get it, it's systematic, but we could change that. I'm supposed to correct you. You're supposed to correct me. But when it comes to disrespecting each other and creating false narratives, we're not in competition with each other. I'm not in competition with you. People you like or people you know, I don't know them. I'm not in any competition with you. We all could be great. My situation happened to me. I didn't cry wolf. I didn't say something happened that didn't happen. I simply was sharing to my followers what happened to me. And I got tore down by so many black women. I don't understand it.
And that's what's interesting about it, was that it was more so women who was talking about it than men, which I revealed that on the podcast the last time. But let's address this real quick. Now, this is another thing that I don't agree with, where, while modern day type women do, right? They don't never like to take accountability for the behavior, the choice and behaviors that they make. They always try to play the victim every single time. So in this situation, her way of playing the victim is that she's trying to make it about race, talking about forced race or black people and stuff like that, talking about we don't support each other. It don't have nothing to do about us not supporting you or supporting what you're doing. It's the whole point about you not taking accountability for the actions that you're doing towards it. Everybody know, even I said this, everybody know that the reason why you put that video out is for one purpose and one purpose only. It's for clout. You wanted people to discover you. You wanted to get your subscriber count up on your TikTok and also on your IG for people to notice you. You did that. But the thing about what people are disagreeing about is that you haven't accepted that for what it is. You constantly trying to play the victim role, thinking that everybody's coming after you. No, people ain't coming after you for, the overall premises of it. People is coming after you for your argument behind it or your claim of saying that your employers are body shaming you when they're not. When all they're doing is simply enforcing their dress code policy, which you violated, and you purposely violated it. That's what this argument is about. But let's go.
Yes. And yes, I did have on tight clothes, but it wasn't for attention. It's because I like it, and that's how I feel comfortable. I felt comfortable in fitted clothes.
See, and she just admitted it to y'all that she did it for attention. She just admitted it. Now, on her prior videos, right, she was up here playing this whole victim role, so up here saying that, oh my God, my employers, they reprimanded me for wearing these clothes. Oh my God, come to my rescue, my subscribers. Am I wrong for feeling this way? Yeah, because you was wrong. You was out of dress code. But now she openly admitting it that she was doing that for clout attention, and that was the whole reason what her employers was telling her about. And this, matter of fact, I had did a separate short talking about this too. And in my short, I was telling people that, hey, when you put yourself out there for unwanted behavior, you're going to get unwanted resorts, and that is how the way it is. I was telling y'all that when you're a woman and you decide to wear certain type of clothes that's going to be revealing to you, you are going to get that type of attention, period. And ain't no way around it. Well, if it's wanted or unwanted, it's going to happen. And you can't sit up there and play the victim role and saying that, oh my God, nobody shouldn't do this. Nobody shouldn't touch me. Nobody shouldn't look at me the way it is. Okay. If you don't want people to look at you a certain way, you don't want people to view you in a certain way, then don't wear the clothes. It is that simple. You know what? A matter of fact, I got something for y'all too. Before we continue, I just thought about this. Let me show y'all this. All right, I want y'all perspective about this. All right, if I were to show this to y'all, what would be y'all honest to God opinion about this? All right. When y'all see this, when y'all see these two young men, what is y'all honest to God opinion about these two young men? All right, be honest. Be honest. Right off the bat, y'all sit up here, look at these two young men, y'all say, their pants are sagging. They need to pull their pants up. They're acting like they thugs or hooligans and stuff, right? Right? What I'm saying about this young lady is no different from what people say about these young men's facts. It's no different. When people view you a certain way, they're going to judge you accordingly. I got another one for y'all too. That's to prove my argument. Here's another one. Here's another one. Same situation. Some people will sit up here and say, oh, Urban, he just doing that for style and fashion, right? It's part of the swag, you know? Okay, fine. But at the same time, even though it's part of style, fashion, swag, whatever you want to call it, right? The fact remains that it's going to be certain people that's going to look at this and have a negative connotation about it. It just is what it is. They're going to think that this dude is a thug. They're going to think this dude is a hooligan. They're going to tell this dude to pull his pants up. They're going to tell him to want to put a shirt on. They're going to tell him to choose. They're going to tell him to you need to choose a different image. That's what they're going to tell you. So what's the difference between this and I'm going to show you this? What's the difference between these two? What's the difference between this and what she's doing? Please explain this to me. What's the difference between it? Now, in the middle, she's wearing her Costco uniform, which once again, she's doing this for clout and attention. But on these other pictures that I'm showing to y'all, right, look. What's the difference between what she's doing and this young man that I'm showing y'all right now? What's the difference between the two? Both is doing it for attention. In both pictures, people are going to develop a perspective about it. But the only thing what we are saying about it is that if that's what you want to do, fine. You're going to do it, fine. But don't sit up here and play that victim role as though it was unwanted behavior when you knew you wanted this. You knew you wanted that attention. Same thing with this young man. If police were to come up and pull this dude over and, as y'all say, racially profile the dude, right? Guess what? They doing it because of an image. And I'm just being real with y'all. Unfortunately, that is how the way it is culturally. That is how the way it is culturally, period. That is how the way the social norm is, period. So don't try to play victim when you're choosing to do this. That's all I'm saying. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show this with y'all too. We're gonna get back to our video. Salute everybody who's tuning into the podcast today. Stefan, I see you, bro. Salute. I'm gonna show y'all this too, by the way. I'm gonna show y'all this. And we're gonna get back to our argument. Not that one. But we're gonna get back to her argument real quick. Show y'all this. Now, this is her once again. This is her once again. And y'all can't sit up there and tell me that this girl is not doing this for clout. She can't sit up there and lie to y'all and say that she wasn't doing this for clout, which she was. She dressed like this purposely so she could be noticed. She wore her uniform like that purposely so she could be noticed. She made sure that she had on her Costco tag on to be purposely to let y'all know that she worked at Costco because she wants to be noticed. So everything that her employer said was facts. You shouldn't have dressed that way. It just is what it is. But let's continue. Let's continue to hear what she got to say.
And, I know it's kind of like, oh, some people like to go to work and look sloppy and, look as unattractive as possible. That's not me. That's not who I am. My grandmother always told me never leave the house without lipstick on. You never know who you're going to meet. So let's talk.
And I'm pretty sure as she ended with her saying that her grandma told her not to look at the house sloppy or go out the house without lipstick on, I'm pretty sure her grandma meant for her to at least look presentable. That doesn't mean look like you're a thought out in the street or you want people to notice you. I'm pretty sure that ain't what she's talking about. She wanted you to look modest, period. And that's the whole point of what everybody is saying. But like I say, she don't want to take accountability for her actions. Now I want to share this with y'all too, and this is going to go with my argument too about her just doing this whole situation for clout. She actually went back to her employer, right? They had a meeting with her. And I believe this is the video right here where she had a meeting with her employer. Let me check and make sure. Yeah, this is it. This is a video where she had a meeting with her employer, right? So she took it upon herself to record the meeting with her and her employer at Costco. So I want y'all to hear what she got to say about this, all right?
You are with people here that, Anna's one of the very, very few, the only Asian actually.
It's kind of low. Y'all probably got to turn up your volume.
Because she's very approachable.
Yeah.
And people wait for her lines, literally. If I tell you, comes, it will be like, and I'm not as close as her, but a lot of people come and feel comfortable and talking. So the whole situation yesterday, that we didn't want you to be upset. I mean,
it was fine. I mean, I handle every situation with grace. So I was smiling. It wasn't, it wasn't like I didn't say anything wrong or anything like that. I understand.
She didn't want you to upset.
But Stephen Forster versus it's whatever. I'm not being ready. I'm chilling. I'm being ready. Now the other thing too on Stephen, look, it ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. That's not the whole argument about that. If that's what she want to do, then fine. That's admit to that's what it is. You want to look at your ass. Just admit it. Like I say, end of the day, that's your body. You do what you want, but don't sit up here and lie and say that that's not your intentions when it is. That's all I'm saying.
I know, but as I thought about it more, it was just like, I was in dress code.
No,
so it's like I can't help, like I told you yesterday, I can't really help what shows with certain things. Do you understand? So
I think that's what you misunderstood. It wasn't the dress code yesterday. Mm-hmm. You had correct Anna? I wasn't here.
It was the dress code.
It was
the dress code. It was brought to our attention, and it wasn't me because I honestly didn't see her all day. And usually when I see you, you're walking in, I'm walking out.
Right.
It was just brought by management and by employees.
And I was injured. I had on dress pants. I didn't have on stretch pants, exercise clothes. I didn't have on jeans with holes. I didn't have on sweatpants. But it was how they were shaped on my body.
Gotcha.
So that's what kind of upset me yesterday, because I'm like, if I was shaped differently or something like that, it wouldn't have been an issue.
No, that's a lie. That is a lie. It didn't matter who was wearing it. It was just so happened it was you. It don't matter if it was a man wearing it that way. It didn't matter if it could have been a big bonnet BBW or whatever wearing a uniform inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. The whole point of the matter is that you was out of dress code, and the whole point of the matter is that you did it purposely. Then when you got reprimanded for it, you sit up here and went onto your social media page and created this unnecessary clout to get people to rally behind you and tell people a false narrative, talking about that they're body shaming you when they're not. They wasn't body shaming you, ma'am. They was not body shaming you at all. To be honest with you, like I said in the podcast the last time about this, to be honest, they was actually protecting you because they know that there are certain people out there, consumers and or employees, that will look at you, right, and they'll enter into a possible harassment. It costs companies millions of dollars to deal with a harassment lawsuit, especially if they never took actions to protect their employees. That was what all Costco was doing to you, was protecting you, because they don't want to enter into no lawsuit. Because just like I pointed out on the one when I did this podcast the last time talking about this, right? What if your management team never addressed this? What if your management team would have just let you rock on and let you dress this way, right? And guess what? Either a customer or your employee, right, or your coworkers, right, would have came over and said something to you that you didn't like. Guess what? You've been upset about it, and not only you would have went on social media about this, you would have tried to go and get a lawyer, and you try to sue Costco. Say I'm lying, because they never said anything about it. And that was the point that I was making on my short. Unwanted behavior, don't do nothing to bring attention to yourself. That's all I'm saying. If you don't want this type of behavior, if you don't want people to perceive you in a certain way, then don't bring the attention to you. It is simple. Don't dress a certain type of way. We say this all the time about men. We say this all the time. Men say this and women say this all the time about men. And say I'm lying about this. Y'all always say that men are what? Men are visual. So what we see with our eyes is what we assume that it is. If we see a one girl walking around, depending on where she at, if we see a girl walking around and dressing like she a straight thought, we gonna assume that she's a thought. If we see a girl walking around the beach with a bikini outfit on, we're going to assume that the girl's at the beach trying to go swimming. We're going to assume she's a thought. If we see a girl in the club walking around with a tight outfit on, showing nothing but her titties and big old booty, guess what? We're going to think that you're a thought, and we're going to try to holler so we can smash. When we see you in the workplace, right, and you dress just like how the way she dressing, guess how the way we're going to want to assume you to be. Same as that. So we ain't going to assume that you just our coworker. We're going to assume that you want attention. And so we're going to give you that attention. Now, when we give you that attention, don't sit up here and try to play the victim role of saying that we're trying to do something to you when we're not. Because you wanted that attention. Tell them, hey, what's up with it? Salute. Yep, exactly. Facts. I agree, Stefan. Facts. Well, let's continue.
And that's where that came from.
I don't think you got you probably misunderstood. It's not even that. We have to follow certain dress codes. So for most part, I always say to be safe on all levels.
Yeah.
Either wear. And when I was an hourly, because I started from pushing carts,
right.
So I wasn't just promoted right away where I'm at.
Right.
if I was allowed to wear jeans,
They
you
got for
would
the
see
thumbs
me
up.
in jeans and a collar shirt because
Yeah.
that's how I feel the most comfortable. Because I like to move around, I like to lift, I like to stack and whatever.
Right.
But there is a certain, code for dress code for everybody. So if you're wearing pants, like some pants, like Brianna was wearing pants yesterday, they pull on pants. They're comfortable because she's pregnant for whatever reason, but they have pockets. She gets away with it.
Yeah.
So with certain clothes, certain pants that I know that you can get away with it because you have a back pockets or whatever. And I think it's more of you were but they were pretty, very pretty, very and they looked very comfortable too.
Yeah,
you know
they
what I
were.
mean? But because they didn't have pockets, because they, that was an issue.
So your pants have to have pockets?
Yes, to be called, it's just, to me, it's stupid, really.
See, let me also explain to y'all where her employer is saying about this. All right. So in other words, what she's saying is that the dress code is universal for everyone. We understand that. There's a universal policy for everyone to abide by. But there are certain type of, as you say, gray areas where you got to enforce it. Her situation was a gray area where she purposely decided to wear her uniform to fit her body just so she could get attention. This is the gray area that she's talking about. Like her employer mentioned about a girl who was pregnant, right? And so in this situation, there was a gray area where in this situation, she had to wear a certain type of clothes to make her feel comfortable during her pregnancy. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. But with her situation is that she wasn't wearing these clothes out of, to make her comfortable, right? She was only wearing her clothes because she wanted to be seen. Because if that was the case, if she didn't want to be seen in her uniform, she would have on dress appropriately for a uniform. She went up a couple of sizes on her uniform. On her uniform or something. You know what? At least do this. At least do this. She could have at least had a courtesy to at least go up a couple of sizes on her uniform shirt. She could at least do that. That way her uniform shirt could cover up her booty. At least that. But she didn't even do that. She tucked it in. Then sit up here trying to play the victim role. No.
There is certain pants that you can or cannot. And you can actually get away with pants that look like they like tied to the body, but because they do have back pockets, you get away with it. You know what I mean? So it wasn't just, don't feel like we just, bombarded you and it was directed to you. Like I say, I didn't want to make you upset in any shape or form. I just wanted to let you know that anything that is brought to my attention or anybody, I have to address because I address with everybody else.
And I understand that as far as the pocket thing and orientation, that's not what they said.
They said.
And then the dress code that's not what it says. It doesn't say you have to have pockets. You understand?
They don't go as deep.
I mean, that's kind of common sense to be honest with you. But as y'all hearing the situation, right? As y'all listening to this, right? Y'all are hearing, instead of her just listening to what they got to say and taking accountability for her action, she constantly is playing the victim role as though they're wrong when they're not. She is wrong. And that's the whole premises of my argument. You are wrong. You knew what you was doing. You knew it. So stop playing this victim role and take accountability. Like, all right, you know what? You're right. I was out of pocket with it. I'm going to, change my uniform, you know what I'm saying, to fix it. Because I understand that y'all not doing it to pick on me, but y'all actually doing it to protect me. It doesn't admit it. It doesn't let it go. But she set up her and literally went into this meeting, right? Knowing she was going to have a meeting with them, went into this meeting, recorded this meeting. Then on top of that, instead of keeping this meeting private, right? She going to post this meeting on her IG and her TikTok, y'all. Like I said, I can't make this up. But yet it's still, you're not doing this for clout and attention. You're right. But this video, this one pretty much over. So once again, this is our IG, y'all. This is our IG. Everything on her IG is showing that she wanted this attention, that she wanted this clout. If that's what it is, then walk in your truth, sweetheart. There ain't nothing wrong with it, but don't lie your truth. A matter of fact, let me show y'all this real quick. This gonna solidify my argument about she was doing this for clout. All right. So this particular video right here, right? This video that I'm figuring.
All right, what's up, everybody?
Y'all. All right, so Fat Man ended up doing a review on her, right? So Fat Man had did the review on this girl, right? So tell me why, y'all. If she's saying that it's not for clout, I'm not doing it for clout, I'm not doing it for this and that. Tell me why this girl went on an interview on Fat Man's show. Y'all think I'm lying? Here it is. I'm gonna show y'all. And this is just part of the clip.
I said to myself, if a man is in there with his wife, when you walk by, even if he didn't look, he fucking looked. I have been in a position when I was married to my second wife where I was driving in the street just in New York City looking both ways and whatever. There was a woman with a fat ass to my left. I looked that way and I looked right and I'm looking in my mirrors. She smacked me in the side of my head and said, "You looked at her ass." I didn't do anything. So me personally, I went around the block, drove back ahead of the woman, I got out the car, and I went like this, and I looked at her ass the whole way, because if I'm going to get smacked for this shit, I'm actually going to enjoy that ass that I'm looking at. So part of it to me was, it is distracting. And I know you can't talk about.
Now, let me give you perspective about what he was saying about this, all right? So he was giving, what he's trying to explain to her is the same thing when I'm trying to explain to y'all as a man. When you put yourself out there like that, we are going to look. It is part of our nature to do that because we're visual. Same thing when I'm out with Mrs. Urban, my wife. You know what I'm saying? If I see a woman and she's dressed a certain way, by me being a nature as a man, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to look. It ain't no disrespect to my wife, but it is part of my nature to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Where I see her like, oh, she got a fat ass. But it ain't in a way where I'm thinking that she got a fat ass and I want to smash her. No, I'm looking at her because it's part of my nature of being a man. But it's other men out there that I'm trying to point out that think differently from how I think. Not only they think that, now she got a fat ass, they want to smash. So therefore, they're going to take action on that. They're going to go and approach her. That's what I'm talking about with her at her job, is that some dudes, they'll look at her like, oh, okay, what it is. I want to dress like that at work, but okay. But there are other people that will not only look at her like that, but they'll try to take action and try to, holler at her and whatever, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm talking about. And that's what Fat Man is talking about too. Like, man, look, if I'm with my girl out and I were to see you on the street, right? Hell yeah, I'm going to look. She probably going to slap me, but sure, it's worth it to me because you put it out there. It ain't no disrespect to her, but hey, you put it out there. What am I supposed to do? See you and walk with my head down and not say nothing? No. It be some women, they'll get upset with their men for even putting their head down. I know you was looking at her. I don't know why you putting your head down. Like, dang, it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. So, ladies, say I'm lying about that. Some of y'all would get pissed if we don't look at that girl. There's another thing which y'all do too. Y'all do that. Y'all either get pissed if we don't look, or y'all sit up here try to set us up to look at the girl. Y'all sit up here and notice that girl ass before we do. Say I'm lying about that. We ain't even paying attention. We thinking about sports. We thinking about what we're gonna do when we get home. We're thinking about why we at the mall with you. When we could be doing other things. We think about all these different things. We are not thinking about other women when we with y'all. And we walk around the mall and stuff like that. Like, the next thing you know, here you go. Damn, she got a fat ass. And you ain't even paying attention to it. And then when we don't acknowledge that you're paying attention to it, guess what y'all do? Look, see, she got a fat ass. Don't she have a fat ass? And we look like, what? What you talking about? The next thing you know, we end up looking. See, I knew you was like that. I knew you was trying to look at her. I was just testing to see if you're going to do it. Then why did you say that? Playing games. But say I'm lying about that. Say I'm lying. But just like I say, this is what Fat Man was talking about. He was trying to let this young lady know that, hey, overall, this is how the way the social norm is. When you put yourself out there in that way, people are going to see you that way. When you sit up here and literally build your IG on people looking at you a certain way, people is going to see you that way. It is what it is. Like, once again, for example, many of us who are watching right now, some of y'all are the subscribers, right? Thank y'all for subbing up to my channel. But others, right, y'all are content creators just like me, right? And this is the reason why I make a huge emphasis about your content and your brand, is that whatever you put out there for your brand or your content, that's how the way people are going to see you, period. They don't know you personally, but whatever you put out there, how the way you present your content, that's how the way they're going to see you. So if you put in content out there where you're doing certain things where you like what I'm doing, where I do reaction videos a lot, right? Some people are going to review me one or two ways. They're going to review me as, oh yeah, what Herb is saying, that's facts. Or other people going to review me as, oh, this dude sitting up here clouding. He sitting up here clouding. Okay. Or other people going to review me as, oh, he sitting up here being a simp. No, okay. But notice what I was saying about that was that I accept that for the reality of what it is. Because I know people are going to have their own different perspective based on what I say or what I do or how the way I present myself, even as a content creator. And that's the point that I'm trying to make to y'all today too, is that people are going to look at you the same as they would, especially if you're a content creator. Whether you're doing what I'm doing, which is a podcast, right? Or you're doing what this young lady doing, have an IG, that's still content creation. And people are going to have a certain perspective or a certain narrative about you. And all I'm saying is that don't sit up here and lie and say that ain't what it is when it is. I tell people all the time, hell yeah, I'm on here to clout. That's my job, to clout chase. It is. I admit it. I purposely put out shorts just so I could clout chase. I purposely have my editing team and stuff right, create shorts for me for the sole purpose for it to clout. Have me saying some weird and crazy stuff for the sole purpose of clouting, because I am a content creator. But notice what I'm saying is that I admit to that. And I accept that for what it is. But this young lady, she's going on her TikTok and her IG and stuff, lying to her subscriber, saying that it ain't what it is, I'm not doing that, I'm innocent. Nope. Stop lying. And that's what Fat Man is trying to tell her too, like, man, look, nah. You make a fool them simp dudes over there, but you're not going to fool me, because I know what it is. We're both content creators. I know the game. It just is what it is. I'm just saying. But, hold up. Y'all finish this? Let's go ahead.
Said to myself, if a man is in there with his wife, when you walk by, even if he didn't look, he fucking looked. I have been in a position when I was married to my second wife where I was driving in the street just in New York City looking both ways and whatever. There was a woman with a fat ass to my left. I looked that way and I looked right and I'm looking in my mirrors. She smacked me in the side of my head and said, "You looked at her ass." I didn't do anything. So me personally, I went around the block, drove back ahead of the woman, I got out the car, and I went like this, and I looked at her ass the whole way, because if I'm going to get smacked for the shit, I'm actually going to enjoy that ass that I'm looking at. So part of it to me was, it is distracting. And I know you can't talk about.
Yeah, so that's what you're saying. Once again, that is exactly what you're saying, that it can be distracted, because once again, there are certain men, like, you know, myself, and for us, what Fat Man is saying, right, there are certain men out there where we're not trying to be distracted by no other women, especially when we're in a relationship. We're not trying to see all that. We're not even trying to notice that, because we don't want to get put not only to the doghouse, we don't want to deal with no unwanted argument and all this other insecurity stuff that women allegedly go through all the time. So we do our best to be in that protective mode to avoid it. But there are other men out there who don't have the same type of emotional intelligence like us, right? Who just don't care. And that's what I'm saying, that they're out there. And so now on her IG and stuff, right? She posts on her IG, like she posts her uniform policy on her at Costco to create clout. What she was doing this video I showed y'all earlier, she was up in the bed, right? This video right here, she set up her have nothing but a towel on. Explain it to y'all this. I'm gonna let y'all see this.
Excuse my appearance, guys. I literally just woke up.
Oh, my bad.
But I just wanted to talk for a few, because I was speaking to a friend of mine last night and they put a lot of things into perspective for me. Number one, a lot of things in my video were misunderstood, like my tone of voice, the smile I had on my face, everything. I'm the type of person that I don't get angry at all. I won't get mad. So that was me. You see me, that was my mad. That was me in my emotional state, because not even 2 minutes prior, I had just came out the office. I talk soft naturally. I might sound slow a little bit because it takes me a while to get my thoughts together, because I was in a bad car accident and I had a concussion, whatever.
All right, so let me give y'all a little bit of perspective of what she's talking about, all right? So this is after the fact, right? And she decided to do this video. So pretty much she's dealing with a whole legion of trolls. They'll sit up her trolling her, right? They was talking about how the way she was talking. They was talking about her looks and different things like that. Now, when I did a review on her video the first time around, right? Notice I don't talk about how the way people look. I don't talk. Let me rephrase it. I don't talk about people look in a way where I'm trying to say something negative to them, where I'm trying to bring them down. Okay. I don't talk about how the way people talk. I don't use no type of negative ad hominems, anything like that. All I do is simply review the information and just give my perspective about it in a respectable way as possible. But however, there are trolls out there, right, that doesn't do that. The trolls out there have the same type of mentality of what she's doing, which is to clout, which is to get attention. So they will say any old type of thing to get a triggering response. They'll talk about your speech pattern. They'll talk about how the way you dress. They'll talk about how the way you look. They'll sit up here and literally blow your picture up and talk about why your eyes is crossed like that. Weird stuff. They'll do extremely weird stuff just to get that emotional high, just so they can get that emotional response from you. This is what she's talking about in this situation. And now she's finding herself constantly trying to explain herself. Now, my rebuttal on this is that it goes originally back to my argument is for her to stop lying to herself. If she stopped lying to herself and accept it for what it is, that you are clouding, you want this attention, then you don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody because it is understood for what it is. But these trolls is attacking you because you sent up her line. And you're trying to play this victim role. That's why they're doing it. Do y'all know that it's women out there right now, right? It's women out there right now who totally accept their role of what they do. They know they out there clout chasing. They know they want dudes to look at them, and they accept that for what it is. So yeah, I do it. I don't care. And think about it though, even though that I don't agree with it, I still respect them because they respect themselves at least to be truthful and honest with themselves. So I respect it. I don't agree with it, but I respect it. But lying, nah.
What you seen was me very upset in a very, very emotional state. So my words just kind of came out the way that they did. And, you know, just putting myself in my viewer's shoes and just being empathetic to other people's feelings and thoughts. If you don't know me and you don't know that this is how I talk, and I talk with my hands and I talk slower, it probably came off as, oh yeah, look at me, I have on tight clothes and I'm cute, you know, I just want some attention. That wasn't how it was coming off. That was literally me with my little attitude, me being upset. That was my upset when I came online ranting like that. I wasn't trying to show off. I wasn't trying to, oh, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something about me. I literally will put on eyeliner, fix my eyebrows, do my hair to go to the grocery store. It's just how I've always been my whole life. I don't look for attention. I do it for myself. And as far as me speaking on Trump,
wait a minute, but that's what you're doing. See, on this video, she said her saying I'm not doing it for attention, but the other video that I just showed y'all a few moments ago, she said her admitted it. This is what she's doing. I'm playing this video again. She admitted that she's doing this for attention.
So let's talk about black women. We already have it hard. We have it harder than any other race on this planet. We don't ever stick together. We always tear each other down. And I get it, it's systematic, but we could change that. I'm supposed to correct you. You're supposed to correct me. But when it comes to disrespecting each other and creating false narratives, we're not in competition with each other.
Now, once again, she's sitting up here saying this because the women was getting on her about this, saying, yeah, you're a clout chaser. You was doing it for the attention. And so, yeah, they sitting up here trying to correct her and tell her, like, hey, if this is what you're doing, don't lie. Just be real about it. But now, just like I stated earlier, she's sitting up here making this a whole nother race issue when it really ain't. It's not that deep.
I'm not in competition with you. People you like or people you know, I don't know them. I'm not in any competition with you. We all could be great. My situation happened to me. I didn't cry wolf. I didn't say something happened that didn't happen. I simply was sharing to my followers what happened to me. And I got tore down by so many black women. I don't understand it. Yes. And yes, I did have on tight clothes. But it wasn't for attention. It's because I like it. And that's how I feel comfortable.
It wasn't for attention, but she liked it. It wasn't for attention, but she liked it. The whole point of why you wear the clothes that you wear is for attention. It's not just for this type of enlightenment. You know what I'm saying? To make you feel good about yourself. Because if that be the case, right, and I want y'all to understand this, women, I want y'all to understand this clearly. If that be the case, right, then the clothes shouldn't matter. Once again, the clothes shouldn't matter. The makeup shouldn't matter. The lipstick and the eyeliner shouldn't matter. What should matter is your character. That should matter, right? If you're doing it for yourself, at the end of the day, once when you take them clothes off, once when you take the hair off and take the makeup off and all this stuff there, you're left with yourself. So all that matter is your character, your moral compass, whatever your belief system is. That's what should matter, right? But if you're saying that you're doing this because it makes you feel good, then to be honest with you, that is a person who's very shallow. That is a person who's very insecure. And that is a person who wants this attention, period. It is what it is. I wear certain clothes all the time. I wear them because they're nice. I also wear a certain type of clothes because normally I know that it make me look nice and look good. I know it make me look sexy as hell. And I know that it will give me a certain type of attention, for not only for my wife, but if I decide to show it to other people, it's going to give the attention to other people as well too. But that's the difference between me and her, is that I admit that I do that. It's not because I'm shallow. It's not because, it's something that I just need to do. It is something that I just do. And once again, that's the point that I'm making, is that stop trying to play this victim role and just admit it for what it is. And just accept it for what it is. Like everybody else. Everybody else who does this, just accept it for what it is. It's people out there right now that's known as a gym nut, right? Where they go to the gym every single day. Not because they want to be healthy and stuff, right? But they go to the gym for the most reason because they want the image. They want people to look at them. They want their body to be sculpted a certain way so they could get the wanted attention that they desire. Because if that be the case, they don't have to go to the gym 7 days a week for you to be healthy. All you got to do is practice healthy nutritional management. This is all you got to do. But they go to the gym like 7 days a week to do that because they're looking for an image. But the only thing about it is that it's people that are there that do that right. They accepted it for what it is. But you, for some real reason, you haven't accepted that fact yet. You have accepted that fact, and you want people to feel sorry for you or feel bad for you, while you're playing the victim role, when that is not true at all, man. No, ma'am. Oh, you saying, does she wear makeup in bed? Hey, Stephen, some of them, they wear makeup in bed. Some of them, they'll literally sit up here, put makeup on before they even do the video. They'll throw makeup on real quick. Oh, man, I think girl do a TikTok real quick. Let me go and throw some makeup on real quick so people can see. At least some lipstick so I can look a certain way. What she did. Shoot, Russ said, she for the streets. Russ say she for the streets. But yeah, other than that, y'all, that's pretty much all I got on this video with her. I'm still sticking to what I'm saying about her is that at the end of the day, she doing all this for clout. Nothing ever changed. And she's still, to this day, still posting pictures and videos of her looking a certain way. Matter of fact, I'll show you this one last thing here too. Oh, this is her TikTok. Did I close it out? Now I'm going to show y'all this one last thing that she recently posted again.
Good energy.
Let me stop this because I don't want to get copyrighted. but once again, it just is what it is with her. Is this the right one? My bad, y'all. All right. So, y'all, once again, y'all, this is what she's doing. Does admit it for what it is. That's all I'm saying. And this a video that went viral where she tried to play the victim role. But like I say, it is what it is. So other than that, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning into the podcast today. Make sure you want thumbs up to one video, right? And also, if you agree with it, put it in the comments. So what I'm saying, if you disagree, put it in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how you feel. All right. Make sure y'all tune in later on tonight, where I will be doing my Lit Saturdays. But Lit Saturdays will be in dedication to hip hop 50-year anniversary. All right. So tune into that later on tonight. I already have that set up for y'all. So turn on y'all notification when I go live. And I'm going live earlier tonight too, instead of my normal time. So make sure y'all tune in to that. All right. Other than that, thank y'all so much. I will see y'all again on the next episode.